Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever YWF No Way Yurt pay-per-view event. I am joined here by one of the competitors in our main event, Andre Wink, and we're going to be going over the entire show with you here tonight. We're starting it off right now. Andre, how you feeling right now?
Well, Stone, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, and we got a hell of a match, hell of a title card lined up here today, and I'm really looking forward to taking home that gold.
I sure you are. We're going to get right into it, too. We're going to start with our number one contender match for a chance to face the Meme Lord champion at YurtleMania. Whoever wins this match will be going to YurtleMania. And coming out first in the Elimination Chamber, it's a man who earned this shot because he was tagged from behind by our current champion, AJ Maximus. It is Skeletor coming to the ring slowly but surely.
Now, Skeletor, he's got a lot on his mind in this match, I'm sure. Last time, he feels cheated out of his chance at becoming a legend here in the YWF, but now he's back again. Frozen expression there on that skull face. What do you think's going through his mind here, Stone?
I think what's going through his mind is grit, destruction, animosity towards AJ Maximus, and what he's going to have to do inside the Elimination Chamber. Now, Andre, I want to give you some stats real quick, because you yourself, you've been inside the Elimination Chamber before.
That's true, I have.
You have actually. This thing weighs 16 tons of steel. Over 2 miles of steel chain is used for this kind of structure. What goes through your mind as you enter a match like this?
Well, Stone, there's a psychological effect that being in a cage has on a man. A lot of people like to think that we've grown beyond the animal kingdom, but I think when you lock 2 guys in there, only one of them can have it, and you've got 2 miles of steel cage between you and the rest of the civilized world. I think it brings something primal out of them. So I'm hoping that whatever action we get in the cage here today is something we can show on TV. But now we got our next competitor coming in. Speaking of censoring on TV, we've got the Merc with a mouth, Deadpool.
Deadpool, leader of the X-Force. Each member earned an opportunity at the Yurt Rumble to be in this match, so he's going to be joined with his other teammates here in Moon Knight and Flash. And I need another question is, this is an every man for himself type of match. Do you think there's going to be any kind of team-oriented thoughts between them, or are they going to be going all out for each other?
It's always hard to say, Stone. When you read these comics, there's always people switching sides. Friends become enemies, alliances form and break. And at the end of the day, Deadpool's an anti-hero. He's the type of guy who's going to do whatever he needs to do to get ahead in the moment. I could definitely see him manipulating those past ties in order to get ahead in this match.
I definitely could see he's going to be locked in one of those Lexan glass pods. They're bulletproof glass used to contain these heroes, these monsters, these men. And they're going to be locked in those pods until they get released. And now, the next competitor that we're going to be seeing here, another member of the X-Force, it's Moon Knight. We're still waiting on him to make his himself known in the MCU, but getting a lot of love in the Marvel Rivals community, I would imagine.
Absolutely. You could definitely see that in his interviews lately. He's really riding that high. Khonshu strength is at an all-time high as players all around the world praise him. And, I'm thinking that we're going to see some of that here in the ring today. I'm sure all the Khonshu worshippers, all those who praise the moon, are really hoping to see the win from Moon Knight today. But, he's got his work cut out for him because there's a lot of competitors, a lot of strong competitors here in the Elimination Chamber.
Will the moon haunt his opponents here tonight? We will find that out as he will take his place inside one of those pods.
What's coming up next?
Who will be the next one? Who will be the last person locked inside of these pods? And it's a man who has dominated recently.
I know that theme.
Yes, we all do know that theme. It's Darth Maul coming to the ring now.
Representing the dark side, seemingly killed back in the Phantom Menace, he has been resurrected and absolutely dominating the ring here at the Golden Yurt. And he's here at No Way Yurt, hoping to continue that streak in the name of the Empire.
He does indeed. He just set the record for the longest time spent in a Yurt Rumble match when he was in the Rumble not too long ago. So he's on a bit of a high. He just qualified for his match. He beat 2 other men in Big Smoke and Trash Man, so he's got to feel really good riding a bit of a wave here going into this match.
You know, there's been a lot of mixed talk around Darth Maul. Personally, I think it's a hell of an achievement as a guy who's been in that ring. But there's a lot of superstars here in the yurt backstage who feel that just surviving the longest doesn't mean anything if you don't take home the gold. What do you say to that, Stone?
I say you do got to finish the job, and I think he's going to have his opportunity to do so here right now. Because, like I said, if he wins this match, he's going to go on for a title shot at YurtleMania, and that's what we all strive for here. So, I'm very curious to see how he's going to do. And now we're going to see the 2 men who will start this match off. Let's see who the first one is.
Everyone itching to get in the ring for their chance at YurtleMania. Let's look to the stage. The world's fastest man. Is it Barry Allen? Is it Wally West? I'm not too sure, but I know one thing. It is The Flash. Now, what's on the line for The Flash here today, Stone?
What's on the line for The Flash here is to prove himself, because a lot of people around have been saying that, you know, being part of the X-Force, he's not really the main guy. He's almost like a side character in the group, kind of like how maybe some people view him in the Justice League, in the DC in general. He's looking to prove himself as being one of the main top draws here in the YWF tonight.
You know, when you check the Yurt Wrestling Foundation forums, you got a lot of people saying, well, Flash, he ran faster than Death, and he went back in time, and he did this, and he did that, and then this. So on paper, he should be one of our strongest competitors, and I think those expectations are one he's hoping to meet and exceed tonight as our next competitor comes to Elimination Chamber. Where's his super? It's Frozone.
It is Frozone beating the Joker to get into this match. He recently debuted in the YWF Yurt Rumble match, and he's looking, again, just like everybody else, to make his mark here and possibly earn a shot at that Meme Lord Championship at YurtleMania.
That's right, and as we know, some powerful memes coming from this guy in the form of where's my super suit. It's funny, really, you know, a lot of debates shut down last week as we saw someone from the Incrediverse taking down DC's most prominent supervillain in the ring. Now, I don't know how that power scaling adds up, Stone, but I'm thinking that despite being one of our newest competitors, Frozone is going to put on a strong showing here today.
I think he is too. We're about to get underway. It's going to be Frozone and the Flash starting it off for us. And after a certain amount of time, another competitor will enter the ring. Pinfalls, eliminate competitors, and here we go as Frozone starting off with the early advantage, throwing Flash onto the mat.
And just deceptive strength hidden in those wily limbs of Frozone as the Flash using his speed to disorient Frozone. Frozone managing to get a grip. Reversal.
Oh, nice counter though by Flash. And Sunset Flip taking Frozone to the mat. And you mentioned it, that speed is going to be crucial for Flash right now in this match. And what's he going to do here?
Moonsault.
Ooh, nice moonsault from the world's fastest man. Oh, quick pin here.
Might be a little early. A good 2 count.
Ooh, but he did get a 2 count out of Frozone, so maybe those hits maybe be taking effect here, and now Flash just going to work on a fellow superhero. We're about to get another competitor entering the ring here shortly.
Yeah, maybe Frozone's a little more injured than he's letting on here. Flash just working away, dismantling Frozone as we choose our next competitor. Who's it gonna be?
Ooh, and it's X-Force fellow member of Flash, Moon Knight, now entering the ring. We'll see how they work together as now Frozone, again, getting torn apart here by Flash. And, oh, look at Moon Knight. He's egging on his teammate, and they're going to go at it.
Well, I guess your theory is being tested here as the Flash dropping the face of Moon Knight into the ring and continues to work at him as Frozone gets to his feet.
We do know that each member of the X-Force want to be proven to be the top dog, and as being shown here today, it's Moon Knight now getting the advantage, taking out Frozone, and now, again, the X-Force members just going back and forth at each other right now.
Frozone showboating to the crowd. Flash gonna have none of that. It's funny, Stone, we've got some big personalities between Moon Knight's disorders, the Flash's ego, and Deadpool's, well, Deadpool's Deadpool. You know, you gotta wonder how fragile these team bonds are as we choose the next member to get into the Elimination Chamber.
Ooh.
Speaking of X-Force, we now have 3 members of the X-Force.
Oh my god!
Diving from outside the ring.
I guess there's no teaming up here for the X-Force members here, as Flash just threw himself onto Deadpool, and now we got a brawl between the two members. And honestly, if I was part of X-Force, I'd be teaming up on Frozone right now. Get the easy guy out, and then just have it be between y'all.
Yeah, I have to question the strategy here, Stone. Is it a matter of pride, or maybe behind the scenes there was more animosity between the group than we realized? But one thing's for sure, if it's me, I'm at least going to pretend to use those tag team bonds to get one guy out. But no, it's just been an all-out brawl from the beginning.
Well, we know Deadpool not the best in team activities, you could say, as we're going to get now our 5th competitor into the match now, as Frozone working Flash and then Moon Knight tearing apart Deadpool. Who's going to be our 5th competitor here in the Elimination Chamber? Oh, and it's the man himself, Skeletor, going in as a villain against all these superheroes.
Skeletor with a bone to pick as he surveys the ring and chooses his entry point. Deadpool taking a little rest while Frozone unsuccessfully going for the pinning there.
Skeletor taking away Deadpool in the corner. Frozone now is taking apart 2 X-Force members. A lot of chaos going on in this ring, and now we know that Darth Maul, he's going to be the freshest guy in this match. Is that going to help him in maybe securing a victory?
You know, I'm hoping he's going to use that to his advantage. If I'm Darth Maul, I'm taking my sweet time going to the ring. Skeletor going for something big here. Not quite going to get the pin on Moon Knight. Flash looking a little disappointed there. Yeah, Stone, if I'm Darth Maul, I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to let these guys tire each other out, and I'm going for the weakest link. But, you know, from the beginning, we haven't seen any semblance of what seems like a strategy. It's been pure carnage, and maybe Darth Maul will continue that trend. Let's see, he's surveying the ring here.
Maybe he will. He's going over. He's looking for. He's got his eyes on somebody, and it's going to be Frozone, and giving a huge German suplex onto the Frozen Crusader, and now
massive clothesline. You know, so I like what I'm seeing here. We saw him look at the ring, look at all 5 competitors, and then very deliberately make his way to the one who's taking the most damage. But Frozone, with a sudden surge of energy, going to reverse against Darth Maul and the Flash. They're just everyone swinging at everyone. This is chaos. Stone.
Absolute chaos, as we see Moon Knight now going after Skeletor in the ring. Could maybe go for an elimination possibly, as we now see also Darth Maul get on the ring. Oh, what a huge move by Flash on the Frozone. He's going to go for a pin. Could this be elimination for Frozone?
That might be our first elimination. I don't know if Frozone's getting up from that. And amazingly,
no, he does.
The Flash, you can tell he's angry as that boot to the ribs of Frozone. Darth Maul going to join those two outside the ring as Deadpool tweaking that arm.
Deadpool, yeah, he's starting to tear apart that arm of Skeletor. We saw Frozone get thrown into the ring. Like I said, and you put it great, Andre. A lot of carnage going on in this match right now. I think once we start seeing guys get out of the ring, we'll start to see more of a regular fight. But right now, it's just all out war.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see these guys start to pick at each other's weaknesses and maybe fight a bit more technical. But I must say, I'm surprised these guys didn't use their heads a little more going in. And that just backs up my theory. Maybe X-Force was having more trouble behind the scenes than they let on.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there could be something going on that we don't know about. But right now, these guys take it in the ring right now. It's a huge spear from Moon Knight onto his X-Force partner. Could this be an elimination? No, a 2 count.
Just barely. Wow.
No love lost between these members, as now Frozone starting to go at Deadpool. Deadpool fighting off 2 guys. And what we got here, Flash getting thrown out. Frozone going on Darth Maul. Deadpool going for a pin on Moon Knight.
Deadpool for the pin after a big Superman punch to the jaw, but Moon Knight just gritting his teeth, going to kick out of that. The endurance we're seeing from these men. Whose pin is he counting right now?
I don't know. And the days got reversed by Moon Knight. So much is happening. Moon Knight going for a spear on the Deadpool. Could this be it?
Big suplex 2. No, Deadpool gonna regenerate his way right through that one. I gotta say, Flash, we're starting to see the cracks in his armor here. I'm surprised at his performance at the beginning against Frozone because, Stone, one of Flash's biggest villains is actually Captain Cold, which would suggest that frozen powers, ice powers, actually counter the Flash. Yet so far, it seems like he's had the most trouble with Skeletor, who's going to flip him over that knee, not going to go for the pin. He's picking him back up for more punishment. Again, broken off into pairs here as everyone just pummeling Deadpool with a huge combination to Darth Maul. He's on his knees, he's on his back. Is he going to go for the pin? No, he's picking him back up. Flash.
Oh, what a pile driver from Flash into Skeletor. Skeletor's still fairly kind of fresh, but he could be taken out here. No, only a 2 count. Look at Darth Maul getting thrown out the ring by Deadpool. Absolute war inside the Elimination Chamber.
It's war. I'd be a little concerned if I was a parent in the crowd here. Are we going to see an elimination? Moon Knight, that's the second pin attempt on Moon Knight. And again, Khonshu is going to come through to get him to kick out. Skeletor's got to be mad here. So he's been holding that pin for at least 5 seconds. The ref just now getting to it, and we finally got elimination. I guess Flash just couldn't. He couldn't take the punishment anymore. Wow.
And just like that, Frozone just eliminated Moon Knight.
Wow.
So now 2 X-Force members have been eliminated here in the first 2 eliminations, and honestly, the plan that they had, which may not have been no plan at all, has just backfired for X-Force, so Deadpool is the last member remaining for his team.
The folks at home can't see. I'm in the booth here shaking my head next to Stone, because the X-Force, I think they blew a huge opportunity here. Deadpool, of course, got the regeneration powers. Perhaps that played a role. Perhaps it was his experience in the mercantile field, but one thing's for certain, they blew it. They blew it, if you ask me.
I agree with you. Yes, indeed, they blew it. But now we are down to 4 men. Skeletor, Deadpool, Darth Maul, and Frozone. And right now, it looks like Skeletor still the freshest mainly. But look at Darth Maul now starting to pick apart Frozone. And you can see how much this chance at the Meme Lord Championship means to these 4 individuals.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in every blow that lands there in the ring. The past... The failures, that doesn't matter. All they see is that championship. Speaking of which, Darth Maul looking to get Frozone up out of here. But Frozone, I have to admit, Stone, I'm extremely impressed with Frozone's ability to stay in this thing, considering he was one of our first competitors. Now, Deadpool, is he going to go out?
He is going to go out. He took a pile driver from Skeletor, and now all 3 X-Force members are the first 3 eliminated here, and they must be fuming at the idea of not even... honestly coming close to winning this match.
I'll tell you one thing, Stone. If tensions were high, they're going to be explosive backstage after this. I'm sure some fingers are going to get pointed. There may not be an X-Force after this, Stone, but there's no time for speculation. We're down to our final 3 here in the Elimination Chamber.
Now, Andre, do you have a favorite right now as we see Darth Maul going up high for probably something big here? Do you think there's a favorite right now between these 3 as Skeletor takes out Darth Maul?
It's hard to say what the crowd is thinking, Stone. If you're asking me, personally, I think Darth Maul, he's got the advantage of being the last in, and I may be speaking too soon as that massive forearm of Skeletor not going to be enough to finish him off. Yeah, Darth Maul came in with a huge advantage. I mean, we've seen his skill in the ring. Now, Skeletor, you see the size of just the muscle compared to these other 2. He could brute force it, but I think Darth Maul, he's got the energy.
Oh!
I think he's got the skill. See that huge punch there? And I think that is going to be the difference maker here. What about you, Stone?
I gotta agree with you. Darth Maul has looked extremely good in this match, but also, you brought up earlier, the resiliency of Frozone can't be taken lightly either. He has gone through so many pin attempts, so many moves, and he's so good, but the cockiness, though, gonna backfire. Huge knee to the back of Frozone.
I'll say this, stranger things have happened, Stone, but right now he's not looking too heroic as he drags him limply to the middle of the ring. Luckily, Skeletor going to distract him just in time. I think Frozone could pull this one out, but he's got to be careful because he has taken a lot more damage than these other 2 guys.
Darth Maul's got Skeletor in a huge clutch. Oh, but Frozone going to break it up, funny enough. But he's going to try to go for Darth Maul. Darth Maul not having it, though. And now he's going to go for Frozone and just
looks
unleash.
Like a double leg takedown and just pummeling him, dude. You see just the evil of that Sith fighting style as he damn near beats Frozone unconscious. I think I might be a fan of Frozone after this. He is pulling through every attempt here, and Skeletor looks like doing an evil laugh to the crowd there. You know, Stone, if I'm Frozone, I think I'd let Darth Maul finish that clutch, and I maybe step outside the ring and catch my breath, but he's just insists on being part of the action. A quick dodge there, the agility from Frozone.
Frozone now going for that huge back-breaking suplex onto Darth Maul. Could this be our 4th elimination here? Frozone maybe got a 2 count for Darth Maul, and now Skeletor gonna also face some damage here from Frozone, throwing him out the ring.
And Skeletor, and Frozone picking up that massive frame of Skeletor, just dumping him out the ring like he weighs nothing, and then going to continue the assault with a full Nelson face slam as Darth Maul goes to join the Carnage. I gotta say, man, Frozone, you know, I hate to be biased here, but I really am surprised. He's taken maybe double the punishment that we saw the Flash take. Not only is he still fighting, but he's got these guys sweating, trying to keep up with them.
He's looking good. He's looking really good, and I can't deny that. Frozone, now doing maybe what you said, Andre. He's on side now, taking his breath.
See, I like this. Take a breather, maybe showboat for the crowd a bit, and then go back in. But you got to approach better than that. As huge twisting slam. This might be it. I don't know if he gets up from that.
Oh, it is. Frozone, a great performance now. But look at this angle slam from Darth Maul. He's gonna take him out back to back and win the match.
Darth Maul not wasting any time here, as he just back to back. The crowd's not happy about that one, but this one's for the Empire, man. Darth Maul raising those metal gauntlets in victory as he takes out the People's Champ Frozone, and then seconds after, an angle slam on Skeletor.
Seconds after, Darth Maul dominating the performance as he punches his spot at the YurtleMania match card. And we're going to go now to a tag team match, as this is going to be, whoever wins this match will be earning a spot for a tag team, Twitch tag team titles held by yours truly in a ladder match. This is going to be the first of two matches to decide who'll be in that match. And coming out first, it's the former tag champs. It's the Haters, Hegarty and GWYNRob, making their way to the ring now.
You know, things have been quiet from these two lately. We haven't seen any hating Bulldog posts. We haven't seen any one-star reviews on popular movies. I'm starting to, the fans were starting to think that maybe that was the end of the Haters, but, it seems like they've been in the lab, they've been training, working on their teammate work, they've been hating on things that deserve no hate at all, and they're back here better than ever, ready to put on a show.
They are here for sure. You can tell they want those Twitch tag titles back very much. So they had the gold for a minute but lost it. So they want to reclaim that definitely. And we see them getting ready now for this match. And hopefully things are good between them, because like you said before, we haven't seen too much of them as of late. But now coming to the ring is a team that we know you've had a bit of problems with, as we can get into it or not. It's going to be the Whitley Appreciation Society, Dennis Whitley and Sprite Cranberry, making their way to the ring now.
So, in light of a recent performance review that I had backstage, I will make an effort to deliver the best unbiased commentary that I can. And I will say that the Whitley Foundation does have 3 members, and they are walking toward the ring right now.
They are indeed. And one of those members is a man that maybe you're not the biggest fan of, who will be in their corner, Masko, who has had a bit of a shady history here in the YWF so far, with some backstabbing attacks and all that, and we'll see how that comes into effect here tonight.
Well, they say a lot about Masko. They say he's uncoordinated. They say he's a bad wrestler, a bad manager. They say he's disorganized, slow, clumsy, ugly. They say a lot of these things, Stone. Alright, so we're setting up the tag match in a minute here.
Sounds good. All right, tag team action underway here shortly between the Whitley Appreciation Society and the Haters. It's going to be a grand match. I don't think these two teams have ever faced off against each other so far, so it'll be a first time here tonight.
Very interesting matchup indeed.
And we see GWYNRob and Dennis are going to start the match off here for us, and immediately a huge spine buster to start it off here from GWYNRob.
And GWYNRob gonna go for that protected knee of Dennis, and a quick tag. Now this is an interesting matchup, because when we talk about tag teams, right, comparing to X-Force from the Elimination Chamber earlier, these are actually 2 of the smartest tag teams that we have in the YWF. As you can see, Sprite Cranberry immediately going to help his teammate. The quick tag from GWYNRob. Risky move from Tommy. Dennis is going to capitalize, but, when it comes to tagging in and out, when it comes to combining the moves, using your advantage, these 2 teams are really the most clever that you have in the YWF.
The most clever, the most maybe even sinister in some ways. We see Whitley now starting to take advantage here, but Hegarty able to reverse the technician, able to find any way to get out of any hold he can, and now he's going to get an advantage onto Dennis himself.
Real back and forth here. Ooh, right to the elbow. You know, again, it's funny you say technician. A lot of times we're going to see these two go for the limbs, the sensitive areas. We've heard in interviews before, these guys actually watch massive elbow to the stomach. These guys actually have hired PIs to get medical information so they can target injured and sensitive areas. I mean, just absolutely, I think sinister is a great word, Stone, but we see it working out here. Dennis not looking too good as Rob maybe going for a pin attempt here.
You would be correct. He does go for not even a 1 count, though. You're going to need to do more than that if you're going to win the match here. But GWYNRob back on the attack immediately, swinging neckbreaker on the Dennis. And something I want to also mention here, I find very strange, the front crowd almost in a state of shock at what they're seeing right now. I mean, and honestly, if I was in that same position, I would probably do the same thing. Can't lie to you.
I mean, they're almost frozen in time. It's a bit eerie, really, but hey, I can't blame them. I've been stunned by a match before. Guy on the left there looks like a bald black guy. He's actually not looking at... Okay, now he's looking at the match. He's looking off to the side. Anyway, oh, I wish you hadn't pointed that out. It's kind of distracting me now. But Dennis throwing some elbows to Tommy, going to get off those shoulders, and now he's in control. Oh, are we going to see a tag move here? Sprite Cranberry drooling at the mouth, waiting for this as he slams that head into that hard, uncovered turnbuckle.
And look at Whitley picking him up and doing some kind of huge kick in the corner. Just no love lost here from Whitley. But he has been in this match the entire time. Going to do a big headbutt. And I do think he should probably tag his partner now, as Sprite Cranberry, fresh as a daisy, is still looking to get into this match.
Well, shoot, I don't blame him for pressing his advantage. I mean, he could easily sneak one more move in just like he did. Okay, I don't know about the pin attempt. I might have kept the damage coming. You see GWYNRob not even moving a muscle, as he knows that's not going to be enough to put Hegarty away, but something's got to change here. I mean, this damage is going to add up.
Now we see Whitley dragging him. There's a tag that we were mentioning before. And now Sprite Cranberry.
This is not a good position for Hegarty. He's busted wide open. Double shoulder charge.
Oh, but the resilience of Hegarty, able to get out of the next move and be able to tag in his partner. And now GWYNRob is going to be facing the two muscles of the groups duking out now.
Yep, we put the technicians to the side. Now we're on to the enforcer. GWYNRob hauling Sprite Cranberry like a sack of potatoes and slamming that arm right into the ring. You know, you gotta, again, this is what we say about Hegarty, and same thing about Dennis Whitley. Right when things look the hardest, that's when he slithers out of there. That perfectly placed kick gonna give him a chance to get his teammate in. Hammer fist, knocking Sprite Cranberry to the floor, and so far, GWYNRob's looking pretty good out there.
Oh, and a huge choke slam. He's looking great. Gonna go for the pin. Now, how much do you think Sprite Cranberry weighs? Because, as we know, filled up with that delicious and beautiful Sprite Cranberry drink, I mean, how much could that being weigh for him to pick him up like that?
I mean, you got to think of how heavy water is. You know, think of how heavy a human being of that size would be. Now, hollow out that entire space and fill it with liquid, with Sprite Cranberry. He's at least 500 pounds, I would say.
Bare minimum, no doubt about it. As we see now, Hegarty got his rest in. He's going to go again for a top rope move. This didn't work the first time. Is it going to work this time? Dennis tried to break it up, and it's going to connect. Huge elbow drop.
Massive. And, you know, you got to admire the hustle there on Dennis. Just out of reach as Tommy looking maybe to pop the tab on Sprite Cranberry's can. Can't quite do it, but you can tell it's doing damage.
Ooh. Anaconda Vice has his finishing maneuver from Tommy, trying to put it away quickly, but Dennis is going to try to break it up. Did he didn't break it up. Is he gonna?
Dennis is
just kind of standing there.
Is this trust? Does he trust Sprite Cranberry? Yeah, it looks like for good reason. Sprite Cranberry gonna haul Tommy off of him as the fight continues, but very strange move to run in only to stand there. Sprite Cranberry says, "Get off me!" Smacking Tommy in the face, and now showing off that strength. 4, and drops him behind him.
Huge strength from Sprite Cranberry. Gonna pick him up again. Deadlift pressing a full-grown man, I imagine you. And something about Dennis Whitley, too, is he wants his members of his society to prove themselves. Maybe that's what we saw here from him with that Anaconda Vice getting out of it. He wanted Sprite Cranberry to prove himself, as we see now 2 tags coming in as Dennis and GWYNRob will now take on each other.
The rivalry here, longtime friends turn enemies here in the YWF ring. Huge tombstone or pile driver there from Rob, and again, right back into the tag. I don't know how I feel about that move, as Tommy, now bleeding from the forehead, might want to take a breather there, but he's back in the ring with Sprite Cranberry, who again is going to use that superior strength to gain control. You know, you got to wonder if Sprite Cranberry is fighting extra hard, as we did hear in our last event that this may be his sunset event.
We did hear about that. His time may be coming soon. He's only a limited time offer, so his time could be coming soon. We'll get more information as that comes out. He said he has an idea of when he wants to call it. It may be sooner, maybe later. We don't know, but right now we got to take it with what we see now. We see them going to the outside near the announcer's table at front desk, and now, oh, this is strange. Tommy now going for El Masko.
Yeah!
I don't know.
Yeah!
I don't know what came over
absolutely
Tommy.
Beautiful suplex on El Masko. He's hurt. Yeah, we can tell that hurt him. He's going to be out for a while. I hope it did permanent damage. Back into the ring now, as Hegarty, just an excellent wrestler, is going to get huge backbreaker. Ooh!
Andre, as this is happening, Andre, I saw you talking to Tommy right before his match, actually in the back, talking. And you may have slipped him some kind of like money. I don't know. Can we confirm that from you right now?
You know, that doesn't sound like something I do, but Hegarty, just like all the Yurt members, are close friends of mine, so it's possible that I gave him money for one dinner or movie or something that I owed him for, because he spots me a lot.
What a great friendship. We see now Dennis Whitley taking advantage on to Hater, but now he's going to reverse it, and we'll see what he does now. He has a bit of an advantage over Whitley, and he's going to start pummeling him with a huge swinging net breaker onto Dennis.
He's looking good out there, and you know, speaking of which, I think I owe him some more money from the past time. Let's see if he happens to step out the ring again on an unrelated note. But now, Dennis prepared for something big. There it is.
The Whitley cutter executed on the GWYNRob. He didn't see it coming. He's going to go for a pin. Could this be the match here? No, a 2 count. The resilience of GWYNRob being showcased. And now we're going to see Sprite Cranberry getting into the ring now.
And we get a glimpse of El Masko there doing absolutely nothing, as Sprite Cranberry going to pick up GWYNRob by the head. Huge overhead blow, and it looks like German suplex. 1 into the clothesline. Flipping GWYNRob's whole body, going immediately for the pin.
GWYNRob, though, still again able to kick out, not giving up just yet. Another big tag here. A lot of tags going on from the Appreciation Society. They're trying to keep each other fresh. And now we see Dennis back on the attack onto GWYNRob. He needs to get something going here if he wants to win it. Oh, huge backspring elbow on GWYNRob. Did get enough of it to bring him down.
Just barely connecting. Gonna roll out of the way of that boot as he does a running elbow, cracking the skull of Dennis Whitley as he goes for the pin.
Tommy getting into the ring to enforce the pin, but not enough.
It's interesting, the kick to the back of the head, is that legal? Picking up Dennis Whitley yet again, the leader of the Whitley's Appreciation Society. Not in great shape is Rob. Another pile driver.
Big pile. We see a lot of pile drivers here tonight, and look at him. Oh my god, another spinning neck breaker. This one with some more velocity. He's going to go for a pin here. Could this be it? Whitley, eyes glazed over, but no, he's able to kick out. Maybe on just adrenaline.
Could have been all reflex, really. He looks dead on his feet, but I got to say, you have to admire the sense of these teammates here. I mean, very intentionally jumping in the ring when they think their teammate needs help and standing back when they think they got it. And so far, I mean, Hegarty's had a lot of faith in Rob as he, huge boot to the face of the already bleeding Hegarty. Dennis going to continue the assault, and the Whitley cutter again!
Another Whitley cutter onto Tommy. He's taking so much damage.
GWYNRob needs to get in there.
Could this be it? Oh, and he's able to break it up. The teamwork on display here from the haters. But Dennis spending no time now, going right back to work on Tommy.
I think that was the right move. The ref reprimanding GWYNRob, telling him, get the hell out of here, as Dennis doing a strange maneuver and then headbutting the shoulder of Hegarty. We see that damage starting to add up, as there's a bit of bruising there on that shoulder. Is he going to take him to the turnbuckle again? No, he doesn't want to feel that turnbuckle again on that cracked skull as he suplexes Dennis. Now, if I'm Hegarty, I'm going for the tag, but I think he's got a bone to pick here as he drags him to the middle of the ring. We going to see a pin here?
You called it right. We're going to see a pin attempt here from Hegarty. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but Dennis taking a lot of damage this match. Oh, and almost had it 2 3/4 on that pin attempt. And now Hegarty needs to do some more damage or just get out of the ring. He's taking so much damage here. He needs to get some health back or something. GWYNRob still fairly fresh in this match. Needs to get out of the ring.
I mean, we see Dennis in there whispering, as he often does, to his opponents during the grapple. And in the past, when we've had him mic'd up, we've heard some pretty personal stuff. It's possible he's riling up Hegarty to keep him from switching out, but I don't think that's the right move. I mean, really just great. I mean, great performance there from Sprite, Cranberry, and Dennis Whitley, 2/3 of the society. I don't know what he's doing in the ring. I don't know why he's in there.
Hegarty having too much pride, took too many finishers back to back to back, and now the Whitley Appreciation Society will punch their ticket to YurtleMania.
Look at his stomach. It's just sloppy. What? Put your hand down. You didn't do anything. Put your hand down.
Well, the Whitley Appreciation Society won the match here, and oh, what's this?
Hold on.
Hegarty frustrated at what happened here tonight. GWYNRob also frustrated, it looks like. What do we have here?
I mean, it's understandable. I think they really gave that one up. Looks like a bit of tension in the Hater Society as they having some sort of disagreement. GWYNRob looks like saying, forget you then, as he turns his back to Hegarty, walks out of the ring.
Wow, we thought they were more of a glued concrete team, but there might be some cracks forming. As we got to go on to our next match, though, as that just happened, as the Meme Lord Championship will be defended in a rematch for a title, as Woody will try to get his title back against the man who took it from AJ Maximus.
Now, this is one the fans have really been looking forward to. Huge odds here in Vegas, second only to the main event.
Television, total, non-stop action.
This is one that we have all been looking forward to, even though AJ Maximus kind of just forced his way into the match to get the championship. He wasn't supposed to be in it, but he got in there and he won it, and now Woody wants to get that title back.
And you can't blame him. I mean, he's a real old-style cowboy, and as they say, this town's not big enough for the two of us. He's got a smile on his face, but you can see in those eyes, there's determination. There's determination. This is a guy who's faced death on more than one occasion, who's been abandoned on the side of the road, who's had nothing and no one in a world full of giants, and I think he's going to be drawing on some of that strength to overcome AJ, who, as we know, is a formidable competitor himself.
A former competitor indeed, but there have been some rumblings, not even online, but also in the fact that AJ is not a true champion, almost like he doesn't deserve to have it. And maybe AJ coming into this match with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Do you think he's going to have something to prove here tonight and it's going to go maybe a little bit harder than he usually does?
Well, I'll put aside my personal opinions on the sneak attacks and the backstage antics, but I'll tell you this. I've known AJ for a long time, and he's not the type of guy to give up on something he wants so easily. I think he's come here to compete.
I can't agree more with you, as I know him also, and I know how much he loves to compete, and we're going to see him coming out here now as AJ Maximus, the Meme Lord Champion, is going to be defending his title here tonight. He's wearing it proudly. He's coming out here tonight.
That's right. That belt fitting like a glove as AJ struts his way to the ring ready to defend his championship, acting as if he didn't do what he did.
Almost like he did nothing wrong.
Maybe that's just the nature of the yurt. I don't know if I like it, Stone, but what I am going to like is this action here in the ring today, so long as we keep it to just these two competitors.
That we have made sure that no one else can get involved with this. We've made sure we got security all around to make sure it is a one-on-one match. No shenanigans going on. It's just going to be a downright good old fight. as we see AJ getting ready now.
Well, I hope you're right, Stone. This one is one we've all been highly anticipated, and I gotta ask you, Stone, who do you think has better odds there?
It's tough to say. I think they're both equally matched, but I think I'm going to give the slight edge to AJ just because I know he's got something to prove here tonight, so he's going to showcase that.
Really, you know, that's funny. I actually, and you know, again, AJ, amazing wrestler. I actually wanted to give it to Woody. I think he's got the experience advantage. I think he's got the reach and the length on AJ, and I think that in spite of the things that happened, that's going to make him fight even harder. But, you know, we've been proven wrong before, as anything can happen here in the YWF. The Meme Lord Championship here at No Way Yurt.
No Way Yurt, indeed, the last stop before we get to YurtleMania. So, like I said before, a match at YurtleMania at stake for both these men. Whoever wins this will be fighting against Darth Maul. So it's going to be a lot on the line.
A lot on the line. AJ gazing at his belt one more time, saying, "I'll see you soon, sweetie," as the ref shows Woody, who says, "You will be mine." The Meme Lord Championship, Woody, AJ Maximus.
And now we're going to get this match right underway now. These two fighting it off right now, and immediately AJ going on the assault here, going to blocking a sleeper hold onto Woody. Very aggressive to start out this match.
Woody using his brain, going to reverse that and injure the chin of AJ Maximus as he gets going with an assault on his own. AJ on his knees, ending with a huge drop kick to the chin.
Now Woody getting the advantage now. He's going to start throwing AJ around the ring, and now, he's going to start pounding away the chest of AJ. And he's no toy. Those things do hurt. I can tell you from experience.
That's right. I mean, despite what you may see in the movies, when entering the Yurt Wrestling Foundation, don't ask how, don't ask the methods, but Woody becomes looks like about 6'3", 192 pounds. So, make no mistake, those are flesh and bone fists just as real as those steel steps driving into the ribs of AJ Maximus, and equally as real as that boot cracking into his head as AJ getting sick of the assault, going to try to reverse it, but Woody going to reverse it right back. AJ needs to gain some momentum here.
They're fighting outside the ring, just going back and forth at it. They just want this win so badly. AJ going to bring it back into the ring. Very interesting on his part. Let's see what he can do here. He immediately grabs onto Woody, slinging him to the mat.
This is truly evenly matched. I mean, right now, both these guys are looking good. Woody not so much, as he eats 6 fists directly to the forehead. AJ looking to keep things going, but again, Woody just so sharp. The moment he sees an opening, he's going to reverse it, and he's going to take that momentum back.
And Woody showing off the athleticism, going to do a nice springboard moonsault. Going to go now, top rope, pulling out anything he can to win this match, and stomps to the chest of AJ.
And there's a snake in his boot, and AJ feeling that snake landing directly on his chest as Woody, again, not going to give AJ time to recover here because he's seen AJ's grit. He knows AJ, just like that, can always come back at a moment's notice. We're seeing both of these guys. I mean, the moment that they get a move off, they're just continuously boots and elbows and fists. They don't want to give each other a chance to recover.
Watch out now. Oh, and a huge leg drop onto Woody. It's a big move on AJ. Going to go for a pin now. Could this be it? A quick, maybe possible win? No, only 2.
Not quite. I think it's going to take a little more than that to put down our challenger here, but the champion not quite done with it yet as he stands up on the turnbuckle, beckoning Woody, saying, "Get up, I dare you."
Oh my God, diving leg drop again to the face of Woody. He is stunned, he is dazed, and here comes Sling Blade from AJ, his 2 biggest moves. Could this be it?
Back to back. I mean, Woody's going to have to dig deep if he wants to kick out of this one, but no. I mean, understandably, not a lot of people could get up with that. Woody going completely limp like Andy just walked in, and just like that, AJ's going to defend his title.
AJ showcasing why he deserves to be the Meme Lord Champion. He is happy. He gets his belt back, and he'll be facing Darth Maul in a match at YurtleMania for the Meme Lord Championship. He's got to be happy right now.
He does indeed. I mean, you can't believe this is a guy who just last week assaulted a man backstage. What's happening here?
Well, AJ's still celebrating his win. Very happy about it. And oh, what's this? That's Darth Maul.
Unbelievable. Security everywhere, huh?
Darth Maul with the kendo stick. Speaking of assaults to the back, just attacking his future opponent. And now Darth Maul standing tall as he'll be facing off AJ Maximus at YurtleMania.
Security everywhere, huh? You know, this is a joke. What happened to the days where a guy could walk into the YWF ring, put on a good show, get his belt, and just walk back, huh? What's going on here, Stone?
A lot of animosity, a lot of sweat and pride going on. I don't know. We gotta do better, I guess. It's just on me. It's on me. We'll do better, but I believe, Andre, you got a match to get ready for. So I'll be seeing you in a little bit in the main event.
That's right. I'm gonna head backstage, get ready to step into the ring, and claim my title back.
You will indeed. We'll see you then.